10 countries that disappeared because of politics and power. Nations rise with power, ambition, and dreams of glory, but some vanish without a trace. Borders shift, leaders fall, and once great empires fade into the pages of history. In this video, we'll explore 10 countries that no longer exist, uncovering how rivalries, revolutions, and greed erased them from the map. Number 10. Prussia. Once a formidable kingdom that shaped Europe's political and military landscape, Prussia's rise began in 1525 when the Hohenzollern dynasty took control. Over the next few centuries, it became a European powerhouse known for its disciplined army, bureaucratic efficiency, and cultural influence. Under rulers like Frederick the Great, Prussia unified German-speaking states and laid the groundwork for the creation of modern Germany in 1871. However, its aggressive militarism also planted the seeds of its downfall. After Germany's defeat in World War I, Prussia lost its autonomy. Following World War II, the Allied powers viewed Prussia as a symbol of German militarism and nationalism. In 1947, the Allies officially abolished Prussia, ending a state that had once dominated Europe for more than 4 centuries. Number 9. Yugoslavia. Formed in 1918 as the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes, Yugoslavia became a federation of 6 republics after World War II. Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia, and Slovenia. Led by Josip Broz Tito, the country balanced socialism with independence from the Soviet Union, maintaining unity through his strong leadership. However, after Tito's death in 1980, ethnic divisions deepened and nationalism surged across the republics. The fall of communism in Eastern Europe accelerated Yugoslavia's fragmentation. In the 1990s, violent wars erupted as republics declared independence one after another. By 2006, Montenegro became the last to secede, officially dissolving Yugoslavia. The political rivalries and ethnic conflicts that tore it apart left scars that still shape the Balkans today. Number 8. Czechoslovakia. Created in 1918 after the fall of Austria-Hungary, Czechoslovakia was one of Eastern Europe's most industrially advanced and democratic nations. However, it faced constant pressure from powerful neighbors. Nazi Germany occupied it in 1939, and after World War II, the country fell under Soviet influence, turning into a communist state. The late 1980s brought change as the Velvet Revolution ended decades of communist rule. Yet, the political and cultural differences between the Czech and Slovak peoples began to grow. In 1993, they decided to part ways peacefully in what became known as the Velvet Divorce. 2 independent countries, Czechia and Slovakia, emerged from the split. Czechoslovakia's story remains one of the rare instances where political separation happened without violence or bloodshed. Number 07. Austria-Hungary. Established in 1867 as a dual monarchy, Austria-Hungary was a massive empire spanning Central and Eastern Europe, home to over 50 million people and 11 nationalities. Its population included Germans, Hungarians, Czechs, Slovaks, Poles, Croats, and Serbs, among others. Despite its size and influence, the empire was plagued by internal divisions, political instability, and growing nationalist movements. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914 triggered World War I, which ultimately sealed the empire's fate. Food shortages, military defeats, and demands for self-determination led to its collapse in 1918. After the war, the empire fragmented into several new nations: Austria, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, and parts of Yugoslavia and Poland, erasing Austria-Hungary from the map forever. Number 6. The Soviet Union. The Soviet Union, officially established in 1922, was a federation of 15 republics including Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and others. For much of the 20th century, it stood as one of the 2 global superpowers, rivaled only by the United States. Under leaders like Joseph Stalin, it expanded its territory and influence, but also faced severe internal repression and economic inefficiencies. By the 1980s, stagnation, corruption, and costly military spending weakened the state. Mikhail Gorbachev's reforms, perestroika and glasnost, aimed to modernize the USSR, but instead unleashed nationalist movements across its republics. In 1991, following a failed coup and mass independence declarations, the Soviet Union collapsed. The once mighty superstate splintered into 15 independent nations, ending nearly 70 years of communist rule. Number 05. East Germany. After World War II, Germany was divided into two: capitalist West Germany and communist East Germany. Officially known as the German Democratic Republic, East Germany became a Soviet-controlled state with strict surveillance and limited freedoms. Its capital, East Berlin, was separated from the West by the infamous Berlin Wall built in 1961. The wall became a symbol of the Cold War, dividing families and ideologies for decades. However, by the late 1980s, economic struggles and the wave of democratic movements in Eastern Europe began to shake the regime. In November 1989, the Berlin Wall fell, signaling the end of communist control. Within a year, East and West Germany reunited, forming a single democratic state and bringing an end to East Germany's existence after 41 years. Number 4. South Vietnam. Formed in 1955 after the division of Vietnam at the 17th parallel, South Vietnam, officially the Republic of Vietnam, was backed by the United States and its allies in their effort to stop the spread of communism in Southeast Asia. Its northern counterpart, North Vietnam, was supported by the Soviet Union and China. The conflict between the two escalated into the brutal Vietnam War. Despite heavy U.S. military involvement, corruption and weak governance plagued South Vietnam's leadership. In April 1975, North Vietnamese forces captured Saigon, marking the end of the war. The following year, North and South Vietnam unified under communist rule to form the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. South Vietnam ceased to exist, leaving behind a legacy of loss and division. Number 03. Sikkim. The small Himalayan kingdom of Sikkim was ruled by the Namgyal dynasty since 1642. Strategically located between India, Nepal, and Bhutan, Sikkim was frequently drawn into regional power struggles. After India gained independence, Sikkim became an Indian protectorate in 1950, maintaining internal autonomy under its monarch. However, by the 1970s, political unrest and dissatisfaction with royal rule grew among the people. In 1975, a referendum was held where the majority voted to abolish the monarchy and join India. Sikkim officially became India's 22nd state that same year, ending more than 3 centuries of royal independence. Its transformation was largely peaceful, but it marked the disappearance of one of Asia's last remaining kingdoms. Number 02. Zanzibar. Once a thriving trading hub on the East African coast, Zanzibar gained independence from British colonial rule on the 10th of December 1963 as a constitutional monarchy under Sultan Jamshid bin Abdullah. However, political tensions between the Arab elite and the African majority erupted soon after. On the 12th of January 1964, the Zanzibar Revolution overthrew the Sultan, resulting in thousands of deaths and the establishment of the People's Republic of Zanzibar and Pemba. To strengthen political and economic stability, Zanzibar merged with Tanganyika on the 26th of April 1964, forming the United Republic of Tanzania. Today, Zanzibar remains a semi-autonomous region within Tanzania, but its brief independence and rich history still captivate historians and travelers alike. Number 01. Tanganyika. Before merging with Zanzibar, Tanganyika had its own journey through colonization and independence. Originally under German control in the late 19th century, it was taken over by the British after World War I. Tanganyika became an independent nation in 1961 under Julius Nyerere, who envisioned unity across Africa. His dream extended beyond his borders when he saw the opportunity to join forces with Zanzibar. In 1964, Tanganyika and Zanzibar merged to form the United Republic of Tanzania. While the name Tanganyika disappeared, its spirit and identity live on through Tanzania's mainland. The political union symbolized the triumph of African independence and cooperation, but it also marked the end of Tanganyika as a sovereign nation. Which of these vanished countries surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed exploring these pieces of forgotten history, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating stories from the past.